hope everyone's having a good day today. In this video, I'm making oxtails, beans, and rice. I'm using dry beans that was soaked overnight. The next day, I added some water and some onion and garlic to it and let it sit for another hour. To a pot, I added the beans that was soaking. I had a shadow benny leaf. This is totally optional to put in. I topped it with water to help the beans to boil. Then started to flavor my beans with some all-purpose seasoning and salt. I just gave it a good mix and I covered it with a lid and let it boil until it got soft. While the beans is cooking, I started to work on the oxtail. I washed the oxtail with lime. Now I'm ready to season it. I put some adobo, Old Bay seasoning. You can put as much as you want. I use garlic powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce. I hope I said that right. I am not using any salt to season the oxtail because the rest of the seasoning have salt in there and we are very careful about the sodium intake. Next, you'll add some browning, but don't put too much because it will get brown pretty quick. You have to go easy on it. Some soy sauce, light sodium, light soy sauce. And these are my seasonings that I'm going to be using. I'll write a list on the screen, however, I will still write this in the description. Now give it a good mix. You can marinate this overnight or let it sit for an hour before cooking. While that is marinating, I'm going to check on the beans. The beans is looking the way I want it. You could also test it by picking up a bean and pinching it, and you could tell the texture. This is perfect texture for me, so now I'm ready to finish it off. I'm going to add in the fresh coconut milk along with fresh seasoning. Here's a list of the ingredients. I've made this recipe several times before and I'm so glad to share it with you all. Give it a good mix, and once it comes to a boil, add the rice in. Now it's ready for the rice. I had washed my rice before I put it into the pot. Top it with water if you need to. If not, then you can give it a good mix and cover it with a lid and cook it on low for 20 minutes. I'm making a sauce to put into the oxtail. It only consists of ketchup and light soy sauce or less sodium soy sauce. Mix this well to combine together. Now it's time to check back on the rice. The rice is looking good. Don't worry about the little liquid in there. I'm gonna use some foil under the lid and cover it down and cook it for 15 minutes on simmer. After 15 minutes, it should start looking like this. I'm gonna allow this to sit and start on the oxtail. While the rice is sitting and resting, I'm gonna start on the oxtail. You're gonna start with a little bit of oil to braise the oxtail. I added all the oxtails to the pot to braise all at once. The reason why you're gonna braise the oxtail is because it releases a nice flavor when you braise it. So one side is already braised. Now you're gonna flip it over and braise the other side. At this point, I discarded some of the oil that was released from the oxtail. Now that the oxtail is done braising, it's time to add some water to the pot. The bowl that the oxtail was marinating in with the fresh seasoning, now it's time to add those seasonings to the pot. Mix everything in all together. Once it comes to a boil, cover it with a lid and allow it to cook on medium-low heat for about an hour and a half before you check on it. This whole process will take 2 hours. Now it's time to work on the plantain. I tried to find the right plantain, and this is the closest I could get. I cut them in pieces. I added some oil to a pan, and I put the plantain in the pan and allow it to fry on low heat, not rushing it. Make sure you keep an eye on the plantain because it can turn dark really fast. Okay, so this looks good. I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna set it on a napkin so the oil can drain out. Now it's been an hour and a half. That mixture that I made before with the soy sauce and ketchup, you will add that in now and give it a good mix. This should help it to flavor the sauce and thicken it up a little. Cover the pot again and let it cook for a half an hour and your results should look like this. And there you have it, oxtail beans and rice with plantain. Nigel did a really good job on the plating. Thank you so much for watching. Leave all your comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so to see all the latest videos. Until next time, bye.